listening to the No Invite Podcast. Yeah.
Season 4, The Process.
What's good, y'all? Everybody, y'all know what it is, man. It's your peoples, and we back. It's the No Invite Podcast, episode 137. We're here. It's a brand new day. What can I say? You know, I mean, it was supposed to be the original lineup, but you know, things happen, so we can't always hold people to our time. You know, we had this conversation last week talking about holding people to your standard. This is definitely not one of those cases because it's usually me that's switching and moving around the fucking times and shit. So I really can't blame anybody that didn't make it tonight. Anyways, I know she got to do what she got to do, and I'm pretty sure she got a real good reason why she stood me up. But I mean, it is what it is. We're going to keep it moving. It's much love to Ann, much love to Hot Mama. They are hopefully doing very well tonight. And me, you know, your boy is always doing well. I told him earlier I had about 15 minutes before these shrooms kicked in, and then I started questioning my very existence. So we're getting close to that point to where I'm gonna have to keep it moving, because who knows if I'm gonna be coherent at all, like, you know, for the rest of this podcast. It might make sense to me when I'm saying it, but in reality, it may not make sense at all. We're going to find out when I do the editing of this piece. But anyways, it's what episode 137. We keeping it consistent, man. I know we've been away, and I really was trying not to, how can I say it? I was really trying not to stand y'all up, not to leave y'all hanging. The people, everyone that's been consistently listening. And one thing that I can't say, and I want to thank you guys very much, is that during the time, those few weeks that we did take off, I want to say it was like 3 weeks we took off. During that time, I'm not even going to hold you. I was still getting downloads for my episodes. My episodes were still getting downloads. The episodes, the people were still reaching out and tapping in, which is a beautiful thing because it lets me know that it's just not me and my group of friends with weird ideas and shit over here just making things up. And there's really actually people out there that are listening and taking a listen to what we're doing. All right. With that being said, we're going to keep it moving. You know how we do. My week has been very interesting. You know, I've been trying to do my best, as well as everybody else, to not let everything that you see on social media, I guess, because that's the new TV now. I mean, everybody has TVs in their home, I'm assuming. But, you know, where we go now, like it used to be, it was cable that was popping, and it's like now it's streaming, and, you know, cable ain't necessarily on our TVs. It's, you know, it's on our phone now. So because of that, you know, I'm trying to protect my peace as always, and I hope that you guys are as well. Please train yourselves, your minds, the best way that you can, the best way that you know how, to not be quick to react to every little thing that you hear and see, because right now what they're doing is they're farming all your reactions. I don't know if it's because, like, a greater scheme of things, they want to see how people react in all different kinds of ways. Like, the greater scheme of things is it that they're, you know, feeding AI with all our, what do you call it? Sorry about that. Are they feeding AI all the information on our reactions and how we react to things? Think about that. Now, AI is basically based on the concept that it has to get fed data in order for it to properly, I guess, come up with whatever it is it's simulating, because that's what it is. It's a simulation of something. So I sometimes I wonder if it's just humanity or if it's just people, because it's like, as much as I want to believe that we're fucking totally fucked as people, you know what I'm saying? I also kind of believe that, you know, people are aware of, let's keep it funky. You know what I mean? Every corporation, every big business has what they call, I guess you could say, like a psychological profile on people, you know, on the masses. Maybe it's not one necessarily that's tailored to a specific person, but to people's. And, you know, they are trying to really lead heavy into this AI business. And I know that they need data in order for them to really program these AIs and make them. Sorry, we got a little visitor over here, just all in my business, man. I want to fucking crack his shit. He gonna make me fuck my shit up. Keep playing with me, motherfucker. Anyways, So yeah, I going back to my main point is that, you know, be careful how you react, what you're quick to get upset about, what you're quick to run off and fucking, you know, call law. Man, be a little bit more informed before you react. Please understand that every action does not necessarily need a reaction. You know, there is a reaction for every action, but it doesn't necessarily need one from you every time. You know, if you definitely not into something, you don't like something, you're free to have your opinion about it. No one's telling you not to. But for those people that have been married for quite some time successfully, and I've heard it from them before, you know, how do you maintain things for a long period of time? It's like you got to learn how to pick and choose your reactions. Control yourself in as best way you can. Try to, you know, understand that everything doesn't necessarily deserve a reaction, and that's kind of where we're at, you know, with everything. I feel personally that a lot of times when this internet outrage is stirred up, and I've said this before, when it comes to somebody or the dreaded, oh, we're getting canceled type shit or whatever the case might be, I really feel like it's bots that are commenting, that are bringing forth these stupid ideas, these negative remarks, or these negative whatever it is. I'm not going to say it ain't just people too, because there's a lot of negative motherfuckers out there, but sometimes you just see it. Don't it be funny to you how sometimes just some certain people get attacked for certain things, but other people that are doing exactly the same or similar, they just let them go? There's no outrage. There's no rolling tide of the masses. There's no, you know, it doesn't make sense, right? And the same thing with Instagram. Like, I be seeing Instagram posts, some of the main, like just scrolling through my feed. I don't understand this. I get flagged for comments that ain't even fucking negative or bad, really. Like, I get, you know, it's once again, as motherfuckers hate the truth, and the 2000s and 20s and shit. Motherfuckers hate the truth. We'll get back to that another time though. But and then once again, I see other accounts and they be posting the most risky content. I'm not gonna put nobody on blast or nothing. Because you could even see it. Like how is it that some of these blogs and these news sources, quote unquote, because that's what we're going to call them. They're really blogs, though. You know what I mean? How is it that they have to watch their language? You ever thought about that? They're always blocking out cussing and blocking out this. They can't post certain stuff because it messes with their engagement. How is it that that's going on? But then I could go through my Explorer page and you could see the most wildest shit. And it's like at 100, 200K, 300K, some shit's at 1 million views. Explain that to me. Explain that to me. See, I'm not going to say that there's one person at the top that's like holding the button like, oh, we're going to let this pass, we're going to let that. But no, I really feel like these algorithms are programmed for negativity. Now, whether or not it's AI that's behind these, that's, you know, being utilized for these algorithms. I don't know. I don't exactly know how that works. But what I can see from what I can observe, and it's not, it doesn't take a fucking rocket scientist. 9 times out of 10 in any situation, if you sit back and you observe what's going on, you kind of put together what the dynamic is just by observing, you know? So when I see that stuff, I know it's like, okay, the game is either rigged or Instagram really pushes negativity and makes, if you're a good person or whatever the case might be, it makes you, or a good account or whatever, I'm not even gonna say good, because that's not even the right statement. Let's just say that you're an independent business or person that's not really necessarily falling into any kind of lines, or you're an entrepreneur, or you're a blogger, a vlogger, whatever the case might be. You're trying to get you're trying to get yourself situated. I really I don't understand how that works, and how, you know, these people have to be so careful about what they say. And I'm not saying like false information, because let's face it, social media and the internet is full of false information. No matter where you go, from even the top accounts, you'll see some shit and it won't even be right. They've made mistakes before. But that's nonetheless, I really feel like, you know, because of all that false information that's out there, and because of that, it's like they're pushing a narrative, or they're whatever it is. The algorithm is programmed. I'm not gonna say the algorithm's racist, but I mean it does like to push and promote negativity and destruction, especially within our communities. And yet, you know, when somebody is doing something positive, such as blogging, vlogging, or any kind of content creation where they're trying to take themselves out of their situations and become, you know, independent by making money off of a passion, then all of a sudden they have to be very careful because what they post messes with their engagement. And I see it time and time again, and it's like I don't get it. You know, ever since they instituted this whole algorithm thing with Instagram and other social medias, I mean, it's just been a way for them to control and make money off your content. See, they weren't making money before. They weren't making money before. I mean, they were, but they weren't. They were like, yo, these people are coming to our platform and getting rich. So how can we control that? How can we pick and choose, basically? How can we decide who is going to be hot and who's not, and who's going to get those breaks and who's going to work their ass off, and whatever the case might be, or who we're going to put these limitations on as far as, restricting their content and whatnot, and who we're going to let pass. If you go to every platform, it's the same thing. People are throttled. You feel me? They don't let them get the traction and the shit that they really want to get, and they really over scrutinize their posts and their content while they let other shit just fly that I don't understand how they do it. Either the people are paying to promote their shit, and because they're paying, they get preferential treatment, or like I said, these algorithms are a little bit racist. Maybe they're pushing a little agenda that we don't know, man. Well, you ain't heard that from me. All I'm saying is to stay paying attention to what you see, what you hear. My week has been great. Fuck it. We're going to keep it going right now. In this week, you know what I mean? There's been a lot of shit going on. Football's back. I know there's a lot of crazy motherfuckers that can't wait to be distracted by something. And it just so happens that football is here to serve all the masses. I hope that you guys understand that it's just football, because I like to watch football, and I understand that there's a possibility that it might be rigged, but then again, it's like nostalgia. You hear me? You know, don't knock me for watching football. You fat motherfuckers still eat cheeseburgers from McDonald's and shit. You feel me? You still eat those because of why? Not because they taste good, not because that's the only option out there. There might be some kind of crack in it or other things that we don't know about. But in the reality of it, it's nostalgia. You feel me? So I like football. I watch football. I dig it. Y'all know my team. If you don't know, it's the San Francisco motherfucking 49ers. I don't care what nobody got to say. You know what I'm saying? You can suck my dick, blow me. Anyways, though, football season's coming, and for 31 fucking teams at the end of the year, y'all know what it is: misery, pain, suffering, and that's all your fan bases I'm really talking about. I can't speak for the actual athlete, because as much as it might hurt them, and as much it might suck that they don't win a Super Bowl, or they didn't make it, the stats that they want to, or to the playoffs or whatever. Remember one motherfucking thing between us and them is that they're gonna go home to their mansion, today millions of dollars, and wipe their tears with $100 bills. Okay. And I'm not knocking that. No shade. I mean, you're getting your money, you're putting your body on the line, you deserve all the money and some, right? But for us everyday average Joes, please do not let the poor performance of your said team, coupled with the annoying masses on social media talking crazy, don't let that get you bent out of shape. Don't let it dictate how you feel. Don't make you drink a couple beers and slap your old lady up or some stupid ass fucking shit because you can't control how you're doing. And I think we made it past the point where YouTube is going to over scrutinize me for cussing. They will fucking block or demonetize your video if it has cussing within the first I don't know how many minutes. Which, tell me how that fucking makes sense. If they had a problem with it, if cussing in general, wouldn't it just be wiped out? Like, whenever cuss anywhere in this motherfucker and your shit's done. No. It's only the first couple minutes. Why? I wonder. Okay. Anyways, so we keep it moving. So yeah, football's back. Please be prepared for misery. A lot of 31 of you teams are not gonna be holding a Lombardi at the end of the fucking thing. We all know that. And please, delusional fans, don't talk to me about football if you can't admit that your team is trash. See, I judge teams on their trashness, not based on anything other. Well, there's a few things because, it's a little personal sometimes, but mainly only the people that win games are allowed to talk. A lot of you motherfuckers, this and that. Like, no. If you suck, you suck. Say it. Be the first to say it. Can't nobody hurt you. Do the Eminem on 8 Mile. Let them have it before they let you have it. You dig? It's okay. It is what it is. Unless you're like a Patriots fan or something like that of the new era, or a Chiefs fan, then you really you already know it's been heartache and pain and misery. So why let it get you down? My team shitted on at the last game of the thing. Whose fault was it? Nobody's fault. It's just football. It is what it is. No complaints, no excuses. Were we at full capacity? No, but I mean, that's the fucking game, yo. So either way, don't get your butt hurt. Don't get feelings involved. What's it called? Tory Lanez just got hit with a 10-piece, no biscuit and no gravy, for sure, just 10. I don't know if he might. I mean, it depends. He might have a biscuit. He might have some gravy on the side. I don't know. But he got hit with a 10-piece, 10 years for allegedly. We're not going to say he did, even though he's convicted of it. We're just going to say, hey, allegedly for the shooting of Megan Thee Stallion. He has it. He has openly said that he is not guilty. He had also openly said that he's in PC right now. So I really don't give a fuck about how he's feeling right now. It's just another prime example, y'all, for all those people that feel that they gotta live like these rappers live. Just remember that 80% of these, well, if they're rappers, then 90% of these motherfuckers are not living the life that they're rapping about. And people are going to say, Tory never said he was no thug. Tory was talking real tough on his records. You feel me? Talking about sliding and popping motherfuckers and all that other shit. You can say what you want. He do got some pop records, but I mean, people use, that lifestyle as a vehicle in order to get the attention of the masses, and that's fine. Whatever, that's music. People have been doing that in music since the beginning of time, including hip hop. But for all you motherfuckers out there that are stupid and can't make up your own mind, or you're young and impressionable and you think that these are the motherfuckers you should act like, understand one thing. Half of these dudes are not going to take or stand up and man up for the consequences of their actions. They're going to look for a way out, snitching, or they're going to try to find a way to not pay. Or they're going to try to find a way to hide from what they got coming to them. He's in protective custody. You talking crazy. We thought you were about that shit, but you're not. And that's okay. Fine. You're not built like that. But how many, and we're not going to say that, people, rap music makes anybody do anything. I don't believe that shit neither. You know what it is? But there is some people that are really susceptible to anything, any kind of influence, and they think y'all are really living that life. And I'm not here to endorse living any kind of negative lifestyle, but at the same time, it's like, please, once again, use your head, people. You see these motherfuckers, clearly they're not about what they say they're about. It just sounds good. And that's kind of what sucks now, because there's no integrity in the music. And we're gonna, with that being said, it is the 50th year of hip hop. I want to talk, we're going to kick our shit, because that's our segue, you feel me? It's the 50 years of hip hop. What does that mean to you? It might not mean shit to nobody. There's a lot of really unappreciative people out there, young, new people to this music genre, that are very unappreciative of where it came from and how it started, and the fact that they even have access to something like that. I mean, don't get me wrong. We're not labeled anybody. No one is limited to only one genre of music, but this is a special genre of music, because this is a genre of music that was created by the people, for the people. It was for the longest very well protected and kept away from people that would abuse it. You dig what I'm saying? It was really, at its roots, it was really a you got to know type shit. But of course, like anything else, you got, it's music. It's an industry that you're going to make money off it. It's going to evolve and whatnot. So many great things have happened. I just want everybody that doesn't know about that to understand that and appreciate it, because it's also, this was the first year since hip hop has been hitting the charts. It's our 50th anniversary. It's also the first year that for a while, now I'm not going to say the whole year, but like the first half of the year or more, there was no hip hop album debuts at like number one or in, I think, debut period on the charts. Like, you know what I mean? Like, or high ranking. I forgot what it was. So basically what people were saying from that, what they were gathering is like, yo, does hip hop even got any gas left? And that's something that it's I believe it does. I believe because it's thriving out there. When we say these things, we say it on the pop spectrum, because that's what people judge. I guess you could say success is if you're making a lot of money and you're in constant view of, you're in the constant headlines. That's when, that's the difference between like Kanye and somebody that's, been making, like, even let's say, for instance, Nas been making music for a while, but he didn't make music for a while, and he was been a smart investor doing his shit, and now he's having like a resurgence, and he's like 50 damn near himself. He's having a resurgence and dropping really, really dope music. And I forgot what my point was, but I was supposed to make a good point from it. And they were saying, y'all hearing, y'all listening, y'all could get what I'm talking about. But basically what I'm saying is, like, Nas, though, now that he's pushed enough dope music out and people have had an open mind, and you could tell no matter what, it is a young game sport, hip hop, but it ain't just a young game sport. Everybody on all levels is eating if they're getting to the bag right. If you have some kind of cultural currency, and you've been making records, there's always going to be a way for you to eat if you do it right. If you're someone that's open to that and people can work with. But yeah, I mean, to go from, like, let's say who's hot right now, let's say Lil Baby or something, to he's what's on the pop spectrum. He's like front row. He's when, all the big places are looking and checking for him. His demand is high. Cardi B. We could go a lot of rappers. We're gonna say mainstream, but they're not mainstream, but they're mainstream. You dig what I'm saying? They're pop. And it's not because they're making pop records. It's just because they're so popular that the pop scene can't ignore them. You dig? You can't ignore something that's right in your face. But like I said, there's also the other rappers that, like I said, Nas, he wasn't necessarily, well, I mean, he's back in the spotlight. I feel like now people are really giving him more looks for music than other things, than his past music, I'm gonna say. But I mean, like, you can make money and not be at the forefront of everything and still be making money. Obviously, I feel like the forefront of shit is really, for those veterans that been in their groove and been doing it. And then for the young cats, the new up and coming or newly discovered, and they're just, I feel like that's what that's for. But 50 years of hip hop, I mean, I don't know, what kind of moments have you experienced that you felt were groundbreaking? I mean, there's all kinds of generations. We're going to speak from my generation, the generation before me, to even now these young cats. I mean, I don't discredit nobody's experience, because it's your experience. You're growing up in it. I just laugh when they be making fun of the older cats, or they be making fun of the elders and stuff like that, because it's like, yo, do y'all not realize that you're going to get old too? That it's going to be y'all at these things screaming for these artists, and it's going to be a whole wave, your kids looking at y'all like you're batshit crazy, and that shit is trash. That's how they're going to look at your shit. And it's funny because I feel like more now we see how much hate there is towards the old generation, but also Nas, as an example, we're also showing how much that this new generation is embracing. So I don't ever try to shit on the new generation. I call it like I see it, but I feel like there's hope. There's always going to be hope, because no matter what, the spirit is within the people. So no matter what, these new kids coming up, whatever they grew up on, and you could tell, as much as a lot of these kids knock the new generation, a lot of the music that they listen to now is being sampled. It's sampling our generation's music. You dig what I'm saying? Our generation is getting sampled crazy right now, to the point where it's like, I hope people know what these records meant to people, and how much it shows that we're willing to the older generation, not the young. Obviously, y'all got the young cats, they go and watch what they watch, but how much the older generation is willing to meet you halfway with a lot of these records, because they bring back nostalgia. You know, you sample these Juicies and you sample these other records and stuff like that are out there from a different era. You know, people are open to that. Like, we be like, yeah, that's our shit, because it just like anything else, like how we were talking about nostalgia earlier. You know, it touches something. You know, it's special to you. It gives you that feeling, that vibe, and you know, nothing can replace a young person feeling a vibe for the first time, like the first time they went to whatever to summer school and their favorite song on the radio or their favorite album was out and they slapping the shit out of it. Like that nostalgia, that shit, people grow up with that. Those are memories that are built, core memories that no matter what you say, no matter who you are, there is something from the past that you like. So it is what it is. 50 years of hip hop. Do we have what it takes to go for another 50? I believe so. But it starts with shit like that, like just mutual respect for the craft, respect for stuff. We know you from the streets. We get it. You doing what you do. Respect. Do what you got to do. But also understand that this part of this, the music that you make is an opportunity for you to get out. I mean, some people could play ball. Some people are really smart and could figure out complex mathematics. And then some people just have a way with words. And it's always been an opportunity. It's always been a doorway for people of color to be able to make money independently without having to be put in their place, basically. You know, it's always had the spirit of rebellion. But yeah, shout out to hip hop music, whether you call it hip hop or not. You know what I mean? Got to respect the game if you listen to it. With that being said, I don't know. I guess we could call this hip hop. I mean, everybody's been talking for the past week. I finally had to get a chance to say something about it. The Montgomery, Alabama boat fight. I don't know what y'all takes on it is, but I am glad and happy to see honest, hardworking citizens stepping up and defending each other and helping one another out when they are so brutally targeted. You know, and it's crazy because it's like a lot of times you're going to see somebody getting beat up in the street. You don't know why they're getting beat up. You know, he could have a reason. They could have a reason. They could not. But you're going to see some shit like that. Average 9 times out of 10 person, they're going to see that on the street and they're not going to do anything. So the fact that they jumped out and helped this individual, we had people that actually came to his defense. I think that's fire. To me, I'm not really impressed by it. I'm not getting like frothy at the mouth as most people would get, and it's not because I don't understand the message and I don't understand, like, you know, the I can't read between the lines. Obviously, you know what I mean. It's a very dope thing to look at, to see people backing each other up, especially when popular whatever culture likes to portray them in a different light that isn't necessarily accurate. So shout out to those freedom loving patriots out there making America and keeping America great by stomping out the filth that is racism one chair at a time. I salute y'all. I ain't mad at it, you know, but it doesn't impress me as far as what I'm saying, because it's like, that's my childhood, y'all. Melees and shit like that. We used to get into that type of shit all the fucking time. All kinds of madness. Ignorance. Of course, we're young, doing wild shit, smacking people around, fighting groups 30 on 30 sometimes, and all kinds of crazy shit, you name it. I know it's hard to believe now because, you know, in my day, people actually fought. And that's another thing that these motherfuckers are starting to understand. And please control your way you react to stuff, because if you do not know how to fight, you don't want to go to jail. Because even if you say, hey, this generation's washed and they don't know how to fight, they don't do that, there's always people that know how to fight. And if your ass goes to jail and you're one of those people that don't know how to fight, You better get used to washing clothes. You better get used to, you know what I'm saying? Or you better go kick it with Tory Lanez and PC because it's going to be real bad time for you. And it don't get no better for you in there from what I hear. You feel me? And I'm just saying for what people say out there. You know, you're living with fucking chomos and all that other shit. You know what I mean? It's if you're expecting it to be honor in there, then you're sorely mistaken. You're expecting to be safe. You're pretty sorely mistaken as well too. Yeah, I mean, what can I say? I mean, it's nothing to me to see that shit, but I love to see it because I love to see people looking out for one another, you know, seeing injustice, seeing audacity like that, and actually taking up the cause and doing shit. And I love to see, I love to see things like that to be made into a cultural moment. So when you see people getting like doing the remix song, doing the getting tattoos, and you know, we got memes. The memes are flying at a all time rate. You gotta love it. You gotta love it. You gotta respect it. Please keep all the trash out of America. You know, we're doing it one chair at a time. So if you're a racist piece of shit, just know your days might be limited. Yeah, they might be, you know, very much on the go. But we're gonna keep it moving. Also, Lil Tay, you know, I know we done talked about Lil Tay here and there. You know, it's kind of an old thing. They're trying to revive her career clearly because a story came out, a post from her official Instagram, I believe it was, saying that Lil Tay passed away. Last time I checked, I believe it was her brother that was the mastermind behind it, and the mom was like, I wanted to say complacent, facilitating it, I guess, or whatever. Anyway, she officially trolled y'all because they just showed that they confirmed that she is not dead, and she said she got hacked. What a perfect way, to get back into the limelight, into everybody's good graces, and get sympathy by faking your death online, you know? So, like I said, once again, let this be a prime example. Do not let everything and anything that is out there make you jump up and fucking do life-altering decisions because you see it. Same thing with music. Don't let some art that you hear from somebody come out of their mouth make you think that, hey, this guy's living like this, I have to live like this too. I'm not saying that it happens, but I'm not saying that it don't. Use your fucking brain out there, please, people. You dig what I'm saying? Be yourself. Do not be a follower. You dig what I'm saying? Hold on. We're going to take a pause for that one right there. So Lil Tay ain't dead. She was dead. We thought she was dead. Then she ain't dead. And now she's back. So she's the littlest flexer that's grown up now. Apparently, I don't know. We haven't seen her. I haven't gave a fuck, to be honest with you. I really gave no fucks about this whole situation for quite some time. I felt bad for the kid. At first, it was annoying, but then I felt bad for the kid because it's like, man, you know, somebody's allowing this to happen. And, you know, all she was really doing is just shitting on everybody if they weren't rich. And she wasn't rich. But the reaction was shitting on the working class and you're a bum and all this other shit, right? If you ain't got this, you ain't got that. You know, real greed, ignorance type shit, you dig? But it's social media. Once again, protecting your peace means everything doesn't need a reaction, right? So either way, you know, when she was on, she could have did a lot of different things, I believe. Like when she had to captivate the attention, getting on for being the littlest flexer. And now she's back. She's trying to do it again. And, you know, they used to say cocaine is a hell of a drug, but now it's more like it's attention and clout. Clout is a hell of a drug. People do anything, fake their own death. Remember when they used to say, hey, don't be talking like that because you put bad spirits on yourself when you do that? When you talk about, oh, faking, pretending you're dead and shit. Well, I mean, I don't know. You know, I don't know if that makes sense or it's even relevant, but whatever, it is what it is. A lady out of a lady out of Florida, I believe, just won the lottery. I can't even say a lady because I don't know what the fuck. I didn't read the article because as soon as I seen that my chance to win was over, I was like, man, fuck this. Fuck the lottery. Fuck all this other shit. You know, talking that typical shit. That shit's rigged. It's faked, whatever. I didn't say all that, but you know, you just feel like that sometimes. Really, I don't play the lottery like that, but when it gets up to like billions and shit like that, it's like, fuck it, man, that is what it is. If you're listening and you really feel it in your within you to bless me with that, then I'm gonna gladly receive it. I say this knowing that he knows that I would walk into my job and quit in most epic fashion. I wouldn't hurt nobody, obviously. I don't feel like I would degrade anyone. I would just be very, very much arrogant as fuck. And I will very, very, very much talk my shit. You dig what I'm saying? But yeah, once I found out, I was done. But somebody won 1.5 billion, and I think they said after taxes, it's gonna roughly come out to like 600-700 million. So shout out to you wherever you are. If you're looking for someone to adopt, perhaps a family, with dogs and stuff, just let me know. I'm just putting it out there. If you want it and you're for real, you could sock it to my Cash App. You dig? And that's not even asking, because clearly I'm joking. First of all, for all y'all motherfuckers out there, start getting upset and butthurt and start saying, "Oh, look at this guy." Before you get to that point, half the shit that I say, I'm gonna say 80%. I'll be cracking jokes. And if you really fucking know me in real life, this is who I am and this is how I am. So get with the fucking program, okay? If you're coming over here to get outraged, if you're coming over here to look for somebody to cancel, well, guess what? It's me. Cancel me, you fucks. Something. I don't know. Do something. Make me feel something. I'm dead inside. Been dead inside for a long time, buddy. Anyways, with that being said, shout out to that person, whoever it is. Please get away from everybody. If I was to hit for that much money, I think I've said it before, we're going on a world tour. And what I mean by that is we're going to go to every fucking place that I've ever wanted to go to in the world. And we're going to stay at the best places. We're going to do all the fly fun shit. All the shit that we couldn't have because we didn't have it when we had it. But now we got it. So we on. That's me. That's what we're going to do. And we're going to do the whole thing. And don't get me wrong. I am not going to be like just doing frivolous, like, "Oh, check me out in the bubblegum Lambo drop top, bro. I had to get customized 60s on the fucking wheels and all this." That's not what I'm going to do. I'm going to spend money, and I'm going to spend it on the people that I love and people that I believe in. But for the most part, we're going to go visit. We're going to make memories. We're going to be like, yo, money ain't a thing no more. So shout out to that person. I hope they do the same fucking thing. With that being said, we're going to go ahead and just call it. Yo, it's the No Motherfucking Invite podcast. I just wanted to tap in with y'all. I wanted to keep it consistent. I wanted to let y'all know that you're special in case no one told you today. This should drop on Monday. So early morning when you wake up, just know that you're special, that somebody out there loves you, that you are loved, and that we're going to keep this shit rocking and rolling. This is the No Invite podcast. You can find us on Instagram at no_invite_podcast. You could also go to our YouTube channel. If you really fuck with us and you want to get us out there and you want to grab our attention, or you just want to run our numbers up, go to the YouTube channel, RiBirth Media Films. That's RiBirth Media Films with a Z. Subscribe, like. If you want to talk shit and be anonymous, I don't give a fuck. Do all that too. But please, more than anything, slander us. I don't give a fuck. Fuck you. Well, not all of y'all. I love y'all. Let me take that back. It's only for the people that's hating anonymously. For all y'all that really fuck with us and y'all keep been rocking with us and keep us subscribed and download our podcast, we love you. You know what I'm saying? And if we could reach out and smoke with y'all, we would. But the problem is that, COVID, and I don't know who's funding that operation, but it's definitely not going to be me. With that being said, y'all keep it super smooth out there. Keep it saturated, and we out.